Good morning, good morning, good morning. Καλημέρα, everyone. Καλημέρα, καλημέρα. Κάθε μέρα είναι μια καλή μέρα. Every day is a good day. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another market update. It's Monday. It's the beginning of the week. Let's see how things will go. I'm going to put the music a little bit that's on the background to kill the silence. Also, maybe later John will join us. So we're going to start and then he's going to join us later, I believe. Right, here's the music. Keep us in the vibes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll give some time for everyone to come and join us. Already the agents are here. Happy Monday all, Stelio says. Good morning, Stelios. Kalispera, Stelio. Stelios Anastasiou. I'll say that with an accent. Stelios Anastasiou. Kalispera, αδερφέ, from Busman. Good morning, Button Bubbly. The one and only. Good morning, everyone. Πώς ήταν η μέρα μου στην παραλία? Ήταν τέλεια. The day down the beach was perfect. A little bit too hot. I came back like a roasted crab, red. But I'm good. Love the messages. Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Love the messages. I love this community that we're all here, family, talking to each other. I love that. It's not a one-way communication. It's not just a message, just to write the message. It's a communication going on here. I love that. That's our community. That is. It looks so beautiful. So we're doing something right here. Good morning, Philippe. Mural Mark. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Afternoon coffee in the hand and ready for some alpha. That's nice for a change. Like you're not on the rush. Stuck in the traffic. That's good. And as I say every day, Kalimera, I say that in Greek as well. Κάθε μέρα είναι καλημέρα. Good morning, everyone. Every day is a good day. As long as we're awake and we see like a lobster. Yeah, that's the one. A bold lobster. Which bridge did you go? I went to Ziggy. It's an easygoing beach, right? Family-wise. It's a family beach. With cool vibes. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go full screen. I believe John is going to come and join us in some time, in some point. Let's see. Let me see the messages. Because he was asking. Maybe he's not at the office. I don't know. We'll see. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa! Here it is. I can't hear him. There it is. He's preparing himself. Let me go to two screens. Let me see him. Good morning, sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
I see my monitor is broken, so
you're broke. Okay, you got a broken
issue.
You got some issue, right? Okay. I will give you some time to fix that internet thing, and then I'm gonna go start for the rest of us. Right. Okay, guys. So we had a push last week. Right. Let me go to a smaller time frame, 90 minutes, so we can observe a little bit. So we had a small push right? So after that major dropped, okay, we claimed the G levels. Because of our timing, we catch approaching the 50% of the range, right? So what was the condition? The condition was if we're going to see that it's going to break our little range here and also our 50% of our range, if it's going to break that and go through, I'll go long until the next G level, right? And it's that next G level. So I took that long. I think I got stopped out because I moved my stop loss from negative to positive, right? So I was in profit. So I think I moved my stop loss, if I go to a smaller time frame, to an area, something like this. So it was pushing all the way up there, and I believe I put my stop loss here after the flip. So let me do this with a line. So I put a stop loss there. Why? Because I was in a positive. It was getting very late, so I was gonna go to bed. So there was no way I'm gonna leave a trade open without TPs and SLs, right? So I saw that it flipped that one here, so it pushed up. So I said, okay, that is like a flip, so that is a good support. So I put my stop loss here. Almost got triggered here, but no, it got triggered later. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And obviously then it turned around. And the good thing is that we touch our TP. So if I didn't move my stop loss, so to say, or let's say it wasn't my stop loss too tight, right? I probably got, get away with that lovely target over there. But it's all right. It's okay. I gained a 43%, something like that. So I'm happy. I posted that on the Discord as well. Right. Now, last night, so I said, okay, we touched the G level, right? So it was coming down, then it pushed one more time. And after midnight, I saw that huge wick, right? And that abundant wick over there aligned to the same area. I said, okay, I think it's gonna go down. So I think it's gonna go short, right? And it lost, it violated, so to say, our G level, right? So our G level got violated and we lost the G level. So I said, okay, there's no support here for the time being. So I think Asia is gonna open by going short, right? Now, because Friday did not close above Thursday, right? So let me go to the daily and let's have a look a little bit of this one. So that is Monday. This is what's happening now, right? So this is Monday. This is Sunday. This is Saturday. This is Friday, right? And look the high of the Thursday, the low of the Thursday, and then we have a Friday within. Right, we did not close lower, we did not close higher. So there is a possibility, high possibility, that because Friday did not took neither the high neither the low, there is a high possibility that because we are in a downtrend, okay, if I zoom out a little bit, we can see that we are in a downtrend, okay, there is a high possibility, right, low low, low high, low low, technically a low high. There is a possibility that we're going to revisit that low and we're going to break the structure. We're going to continue breaking the structure, right? As a break of structure, as boss, right? People that are familiar with the market structure. Yep. So there is a high possibility that we're going to continue to the downside. Is there a possibility that we're going to turn around? Yes, of course. Of course, there is a possibility. It is on the table. We are exactly on the G level, 105 and 8. Okay, overall we are in in a bullish state yet. Yes, we are in a correction phase. So this is a pullback. Is this the end of the pullback? Maybe, perhaps. But for us to say that this is the end of the pullback, we need to claim 105 and 8 and start breaking structure. Start breaking this high and that previous high. Okay, we need to break that in order for us to say, because we don't have yet a downtrend. Okay, yes, we have this low. Okay, it's pushing to the up, but because the price is so close, I can't say yet. I mean, we can continue and break that structure here. okay, like this. So let's see if this week, if Bitcoin will manage to break above the G level, right, and start breaking structure and giving us a choke or change of character or TC that I call in my terms, which is trend change. Okay, these are SBs for my terms. SBs means structure break. We're breaking the structure, right? SBs. Another question is, are we going to get a TC or are we going to continue to have another SB down here, right? So this is what we're waiting for. Okay, it's Monday today. It's a new fresh week. So two things can happen. Either we're going to claim the G level 105.8 and we find support and start pushing higher, right? Or we're going to continue to the downside. Now, people that don't love the ranges, they're going to wait on Monday to see how it's going to form, and then they're going to make a plan for the rest of the week. Okay, so Tuesday it's going to be a pushy day. Wednesday, Thursday it's going to be a pull day. It's like, you know, things are going to pull back, but we will see. Right, speaking of ranges, let's go back to the ranges, the chart of the ranges. Now I have to delete the weekly out of the way, and I have to delete Monday out of the way. So go back to the weekly time frame, and I need to let me clear the daily open and also the Monday open. And now we have to redesign, okay, the weekly. So this is the current week, which is a fresh one. This is a previous week. So let's go to the previous week, apply the template weekly range. Now we have the weekly high in place. Let's move that a little bit out. Then go down to 1 hour or any time frame you like, but I prefer the 1 hour for me to mark my Monday open, which is going to be 3 o'clock my local time. So let's have a look where the 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, it's here. That little doji. So I'm going to mark these at the top of the body because it's bearish. So the price went under the opening. So here's the opening, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to mark this as my Monday open. There it is, and I'm going to lock that just in case I don't want to be drifting around accidentally. So we have the price as a Monday open. We have the Monday open here, and you can see that the price is drifting under the Monday open. Right now it's pushing just a little bit before the opening of the let's say the European session. We can see that it's trying to push and trying to attack the Monday open. That is a bullish weekly candle with a lot of buyers stepping in. Right, let me go back to the weekly. It is kind of, I mean, technically, by the color and by the size, you see this, it is very, very bullish, right? Why? Because you see that the price went all the way down and got pushed all the way up, right? So we have a huge wick below, a smaller wick above. So that is giving you the sentiment, the idea that this is very, very bullish, that we're trying to defend the price. I agree with you. However, the structure where that candle is placed is bearish. Why? Because that weekly candle never managed to take the previous candle at all, right? Yes, it is closed within the previous candle, which is good. It's in the shadow. So if I mark this with a rectangle, the previous week, okay, the previous weekly candle, right, there it is. That is the weekly candle. I can make that super focus here. So this is a weekly candle, and you see that we are within that territory, right? We did not close above, we did not close below. However, yes, it is blue, it is positive, it's like bullish. However, it did not manage to take the highs of the previous candle. And you can do this with a daily time frame, you can do this with a weekly time frame, okay? So let's hope that because for the sake of the week below that is so strong, that is pushing up to the upside, let's hope that the new weekly candle is going to go and target the edge of this weekly candle, right? The top of the it's not a range. You can say weekly range, you can. Let's hope that we're going to target the top of the range or the bottom of the range. Okay, we have to see. Now, I'm not bearish. Okay, in my thesis here, I'm quite bullish. Look at that, the price is going up, right? However, we are experiencing a correction. Okay, and I don't ignore the correction. You know that I'm an intraday trader lately. Okay, this time that we, let's say, topped out on the 45 and 60 day time frame, we topped, right? We got a flash that we're going towards the end of the cycle. So I'm not going any more long terms, right? Very, sometimes I may think I'm looking for some swings, but I have to be careful. So I am more as intraday, trying to take what the day is going to give me. Okay. Once again, we're not going to ignore that major push. Okay, but we're approaching the same tops, right? Let's hope that the price is going to be strong enough to stay above and break structure, right? Break character, break the trend, the downtrend to be broken, start moving for one more push to the upside. Okay, for a few months, let's say one or 2 months. Let's get the final push to the upside, then maybe we're going to target 122. Don't know, we'll see. But going back to the smaller time frame, 15 minutes. Here we are again. So you can see that it's getting rejected once again on the Monday open. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to front run. I don't want to predict. All I'm saying is that for the time being, let me go in smaller time frame. All I'm saying is that we are in the correction. Okay, we had a major, very sudden aggressive drop. Okay, we have an aggressive drop here. The price recovered. Okay, the question is, are we gonna have some strength from the bulls to push and reclaim the G level and start breaking structure? Right, this is a high, this is a low, this is a low high, this is a low low, this is a low high. We're going down. I need to break that structure. Okay, that's all I'm waiting. I'm waiting for evidence, right? And let's see how that goes. Right, here we are again on our G level, 105.8. Are we gonna break above? It's kind of building a descending triangle. So if I put a line here, there it is. Here's a line. And then you can see that we have an ascending triangle. So it's in expansion mode. The only reason that I open a short is very simple. A button week. We came down aggressively fast, so to say, on the G level. We broke the G level. We did not find support. And since then, we are under the G level. So I have a short open, a short-term short. Okay. And I'm trying to be a little bit patient, give it a bit, space to that trade to show us a direction. Now, it's 2 minutes past 10, so let's see if the EU session, the European session, is going to push to the higher. Right, okay, let's have a look. This is the range. This is so far, this is how far we can go. We have to come back on tomorrow on Tuesday. Let's have a look a little bit on a higher time frame. Let's go to the weekly on this chart. Good news. All right, look at that. We are above the golden line, right? The golden range. Remember that we have this lovely golden range here. And I said on a higher time frame, I would love to see that we stay above. Last week on the weekly, we can see that we violated and we got inside. And look at that, how it closed above, right? That's why Stellar says this is a very bullish event. I agree. Look at that huge week. Okay. Now, overall, we're under, the 109. Okay. And we're just above the 104.4. Okay, so let's hope that we're going to stay in that range. Okay, on the stochastic side, still on the 7-day. Okay, we are still in correction phase. You can see that the price is still pushing lower. Okay, so it's Monday today, so that weekly time frame has given you, let's say, a lockdown last week's positions, right? So this is a new week position, and that is the last week position. So these positions, right, these areas, so to say, are locked, right? So these two guys are not going to change at all. Okay, these, let me do this little markers here. So these guys here, these levels here are fixed. Okay, the only ones that can move is from these levels here. So let's see if later this week we're going to see, prices moving in a different direction, right? So I was trying to demonstrate that these levels here can change, right? It can go higher, can give a cross up if it wants, or it's going to go lower, right? But these dots here, these points here are fixed. It's not going to change. Okay, it's locked. So still parallel, still looking to the downside. So we're going to wait and see how the rest of the week is going to print. Okay, 15 days still bullish. A little bit slow down on the fast line. You can see that the slow line is catching up very fast. The gap is closing up. We're going to see, we've got a lot of time there. 30 days is looking very bullish. Look at that cross up on the 30 days. It's looking very, very, very good, very bullish. 45 days, we are inside a bearish divergence for the 45 days and the 60 days. All right, these are the big boys here. Look at the 60 days are still heading to the downside. Okay, so the bigger time frames are telling us that we need to be careful. The big time frames at 45, 60 days are telling us that, hey, maybe we are approaching the top of the bull market. We getting a little bit exhausted. Indicators are dropping. Price action is going opposite ways. It can't go that far away from the previous highs. Okay, this is something that is very similar to us. We've seen this on the previous cycle, right? We can't go that far away. That happened exactly similar, very similar to the previous cycle. Look at that. That was the top. That was the 60 days giving us, if I bring the 45, you can see that the 45 and the 60 I start heading to the downside. When the price action was pushing, still pushing further up, you can see that the indicators were still pushing to the downside. All right, the smaller time frames are giving you another opportunity to the upside, but the big boys here are telling you that you were heading towards a bearish divergence. So something similar perhaps is happening right now. You can see that the big boys 45, 60 days are pushing down, the price is going up. Smaller time frames are a little bit bullish. 7 days is in the correction, but 15 and 30 days are still pushing to the upside. So let's see what is going to happen this week. Okay, right, let's have a look a little bit on the CME gaps. We have a new gap formed, right? So let's mark this up. So we have a gap from here to there. So there it is. So I'm going to do this with a red color. Right, and we have a new gap. For us to fill this CME gap, we need to go all the way down here, right? And I'm going to make this a lovely neutral golden color, and the price is 104.70. Now we have a gap. So let's see if the price action right now is going to go after these two CME gaps. We'll have one tiny gap. Okay, the price is above the CME gap, so I need to change the focus. So that price now, it has to move below. There it is. So for us to fill these two CME gaps, we need to see the price passing lower right, go through and go close lower under 105 and 340 or 104 770. Okay, so we got two CME gaps right close to each other for so long. Look at that lovely move to the downside. We have no gaps. Now we got new gaps. Okay, it's cool.
It's a gap inside the gap.
Yeah, so we got two gaps in here. So we're gonna wait and see how that goes. Let's have a look at an ETH. There it is. It's ETH. Let me go a bit higher time frame. Remember that we marked these areas here, that range, the 50%. We broke it, we violated. If I'm going to bring these guys here, you can see that, right? Ethereum came down, it bounced from the 2,375. It's trying to push higher, and it's getting rejected in that range, and also the 50% between the range of 2,500 and 2,625. So yep, Bitcoin is retracing, Ethereum is retracing as well. So let me expand the lines. Okay, there it is. Once again, Ethereum is under the 2,500. Let me bring the key levels out as well to spread out a little bit. And there you have it, the key levels. So let me clean a little bit of the noise. We don't need that resistance yet. I mean, we know it, we've seen it, but the price is going under, so we're going to come back to these levels later. I don't need that range anymore. Okay, let's keep our charts nice and clean and practical. This is a range. Okay, so technically that was a range. There it is. Okay, so technically you revisit, so to say, that range, but it's getting rejected. It's under 2,500. Let's see how that goes. Okay, I can leave these both lines. It's all right. The red one is the 50% between the range. Okay, the G levels, and the golden one is just to notify you the range that it formed. You see something very, very sudden happen here. Major drop, and you can see that it's come up here to clear the imbalance. You see that you have almost like a double top, right? Almost triple top, but just ignore that one because it's a bit lower. So let's say that we have a double top. You see our button wicks, right? And the price is falling down, and it falls under 2,500. Okay, so ETH is a little bit bearish as well for the time being because it's inside the correction state. Okay, but zooming out, you can see that ETH is showing some teeth. It's pushing to the upside, going sideways. We have nice push to the upside, correction, push to the upside, corrections. Lately, this last price action, it just came a little bit lower to this range. Okay, well, 2,375. We under the 50% or between 2.5 and 2.65. This is a little bit, sad event. Big violation. It took out all this high liquidity. Okay, this liquidity has been taken out. It came down. However, we failed to find support above 2,500. Okay, this is a dominant effect. This is a high. This is a low high. This is a low high. Okay, this is a low. This is a low low. So technically, we are in a correction downtrend phase. Okay, it's my day today. Just give it some time. Let's see. How the rest of the day and the week the market is going to print. ETH and Bitcoin chart. Obviously, yes, we broke that uptrend momentum, so we lost the momentum. Obviously, we're going sideways. We can see this. Let me remove that to make it nice and clean. Okay, so once again, we are inside the range. Look at that. Okay, that was our G level. It did not manage to break through. That was a flip point. Okay, like that, resistance. If I push that to the left, you can see that's a flip point, resistance, and then that acting support, rejection as resistance, support. But this time we lost it very aggressively. It went all the way down, hit inside the range. We hit the 50%. We just got under the 50% of the range. Okay, I can take that out if you will wish, or I can leave it here. It's all right. It's not that too busy, not too much clutter. I can take that range out. It's done. It's gone. It's finished. And let me expand a little bit the key levels. Let me do this 500 manually. There it is. And we're going to see later how that goes. Okay, and we're going to reclaim that 50%. It's going to take out all that liquidity. Is that the case of taking out the liquidity and trying to turn around? Okay, we don't trade that chart. It's Ethereum against Bitcoin. However, we just see who's are dominant, who's overperforming who. So if that chart is pointing to the downside, Bitcoin is overperforming Ethereum right now. Okay, that's the verdict. Okay, that's the purpose of that chart, to tell you who is overperforming. Bitcoin does. All right, doesn't mean that they're both going down. Right, Bitcoin once again is getting rejected on that G level. Let me make that G level a little bit more thicker, so you can see here's our G levels. All right, once again we are getting rejected. Let's see the rest of the day how that goes. John, are you ready? Would you like to come up and talk about our XRP? That is good. John is with us. I can see his screen is fine. It's clean.
It's okay right now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely great. So
great.
He's John for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, and then I will come back with hints.
Perfect. I also have chatted and sent it on Discord about XRP hype and SPX. So, what do we see over here? We see XRP that lost that trend line over there, went all the way down, took some of liquidities. As you see, we had one over here, liquidity, that I have marked, but actually I have marked an oldest one. It's a way back. If we go, it's, come on, bear with me. There you go. It's from here. I had marked a liquidity pool that was all the way back here, and as we can see, has taken off that liquidity pool over here and went straight back up. We see that now XRP has mega support this G level at 2.14. Made some range over here, consolidation. As we can see, it's a small range, then broke up, break above that range. Also, break that 50% of our RG level and went straight to that liquidity pool. And usually, when the price goes, sorry about that, when the price goes to a liquidity pool, we will see some rejection, some resistance, and small correction, and then go to a second try and break that pool, that liquidity pool. Also, we have a G level over here at 2.29. I also have kept my trend line, and as you see right now, let me go even further to the back. As you see, we have our resistance over here, back below that trend line, and now is acting again as a resistance. It's sitting at the 50% of the level 2.22. Hopefully make some consolidation here, build some strength. I also send that on the Discord. We see, if we see building some strength, and then it's going to reclaim that G level at 2.29, take off all this liquidity and see higher prices for XRP. Go even in the higher prices at 2.45. In this area above over here, I have my trend line. Let me go to the daily. As you can see, I also have my trend line, my liquidity pools way above, and now I'm expecting what exactly will do. If keep that level, the bigger one, 2.29, as a support, then I think it's trying to claim, it's trying to go and break that trend line, and then chasing that liquidity pools above there. But for the moment, let's go on the 90 minutes time frame. We are moving in this area. I have made my entry when I saw that broke that range over here. I went in on XRP over in this position, went all the way up there. I saw that resistance that is sitting over here above there. I took my 70%, as we always say, you taking your profits and leave the 31% to keep running. You can go 80-20, you can go whatever you want. I'm playing like 70-30 every time. I leave my 30%. Now I see that correction. If XRP show me some strength over here at the 50%, I will put again those 70%, new entry, building more capital, and then go even higher. Actually, it's a technique that I think works. For me, it's working. And also you can keep your capital safe. For the moment, in this 90 minutes time frame and smaller time frame, we see that XRP it's bullish. It's going to the upside. I'm expecting right now what exactly we'll do at the 50% over this G level. I have broke down a bigger one to a smaller one. So I have that's the way that you can have more details, more info for what exactly your next movement will be. That's all about XRP. Let's go see hype. As we see over here, the hype. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of support. It seems that it has strength. It's sitting above that trend line, and now actually has resistance on the $36 on the RG level. For hype, I'm waiting to see how it exactly will react in this trend line. If it loses and go below, and this trend line act as resistance, then it shows me that has no strength enough to go higher to that liquidity pool, and then I will take the downside, the short position. If it showed me again resistance, I go to claim that 36 on RC level that over here has a resistance. If it takes it as a support, and then I have my confirmation that is going after for that liquidity pool above that is sitting at the $40. We always take as more confirmation we can have for our movement and our entry to be more solid, more accurate. We're dealing with the market. If someone like Trump or Powell is speaking, we see some sudden movement to the upside or the downside. But for now, we see our confirmation. We take our confirmations, and then we act at that moment. That's all about hype. I also have SPX. What we saw is sitting again above that trend line. Didn't manage to break it below. That's a good news. Also break that T level over here to 1.22. Now it's sitting above. We have our confirmation that is building strength. If you go in a 90 minutes time frame, there you go. You see that it's consolidating. It's a small range, if you can say. Right now, the price is staying above that G level that we have marked over here. Hey, leave that marker, and there you go. It's sitting above that G level at 1.22, and now exactly I'm waiting what exactly this candle will do. and the next 1 or 2 hours, because now I am 90 minutes time frame. It's also sitting over here. If it touches that G level and makes that support, you have one touch over here. If it touches again, then I will take my entry and go for the next level, that is at 1.41. That also we have what over here? We have our liquidity pool marked. If we go to 12-hour time frame, let me lose that marker. I also have over here the mark that is sitting above that at 1.38. That's the liquidity pool. I'm expecting the price to take it off, SPX to take it off. As you can see, we are on a bullish movement over here. It's claiming levels by levels, as you can see. Every time you see that over here, make the correction, support over here again, at the 50% again, and now it's going even higher. That's why we always look at G levels. We take the confirmation about the support and strength at that time of the movement, and then we mark our imbalances, our liquidity pools, and we can have like a map, we can say, like a map that where the price is going, what is going to after. And we always say that the price always chase that pools, those liquidity pools. Let me bring this text over here so you can see it. Always chase the pools, liquidity pools. When the price come at this level over here, we will see a small correction, and then maybe this level act again as a resistance, as a support signal, act as a support, and then make a second movement to reclaim that G level and go even higher. Always mark your imbalances, your gaps, your liquidity pools, and you can have more clearly image. That's all about SPX. I have also ENA. I think Bander is looking on ENA, correct?
Yep.
ENA for the moment, if we see the bigger time frame, 90 minutes time frame, we can see that it is take the mark. It is on a downtrend, as we can see. Has lost the 50% of the RG level over here. I have broke down in smaller levels, a bigger one. As we can see, over here was consolidating, lost it, is trying to reclaim it, but did manage to reclaim it, acting as resistance at this level, and now is consolidating. Because if we go in a lower time frame, actually you can see it's like a small range over here. Let me go to the 45 minutes time frame. There you go. Even at 15, you can say that over here is ranging. Come on, stay over there. There you go, a good boy. It's ranging. For the moment, you have to wait and see what exactly it will do. It will break below and go even lower, or make the 50% of it as a support and go even higher. Also, if we go on a daily time frame, what do we see? And what do we mark every time I'm saying? Our imbalances. We have a smaller one over here. Maybe it will act as a support. There you go. You have the imbalance on the daily time frame. We have one support. Come on. We have one support above that imbalance. Maybe it will go over here and take that imbalance and then go again to reclaim that 50% that's sitting above over here. As you can see, I have also my trend line. Also, we have a cross with the G levels. you have more accurate points, I think, with this technique, and more clearly what exactly it will do. For the moment, about ENA, you have to see what exactly it will do in this range. Let me go to the 45 minutes time frame. If you break it above, you have marked the next G level that is sitting above there, and it is 4.20%. If you break it below, and hopefully act that imbalance as a support, in the scenario that is will take off the imbalance and then turn around, you have 2.79. With a 10x on a trade, you have a good percentage on a trade. I think that's all from me. If someone has a new coin or any project that is looking that he wants us to chart it, please send it to the messages. I will glad to chart that one also. And I think that's all for me.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, guys, you heard the message. If you have any tokens that you need a help from us, a second opinion, and you want us to chart for you, this is a time that you can do this. Let me have a very quick look on the research, let's say, websites, and let's have a look and see together what is going on with the markets. Let's have a look a little bit on the forex, on the currencies. Let's see that we can see that Monday opening, you can see that the currencies are pushing towards the upside, so that's why Bitcoin is still dropping. Okay, it gets influenced from the currencies. Let's have a look a little bit on the calendar. What do we have this week? Okay, so we have today in the afternoon, 8 o'clock, we have the SEC security, US security. Mr. Atkins, he's going to have a talk. Also on Wednesday, we're going to start the cycle from the Feds. So we're going to have the core CPI. Right, so Wednesday is going to be a little bit volatile. Maybe Tuesday is going to be volatile. So things will go up and down a little bit. We're going to have some volatility going on. Then Thursday, we're going to have the PPI. Right, and then by Friday, we're going to have the consumer sentiment. And by next week, if I still push further down, by next week, we're going to have the retail sales. And then later, we're going to have the unemployment claims. And we're going to have the fund rate, economic projections, and the statements and the press conference, right? So next week and the week after, it's going to be a little bit volatile. It's going to be a little bit, going up and down a little bit, some volatility, some craziness. Let's hope that's not going to be that bad. Right, let's have a look on the 24 hours bubbles. We got SPX 6900. We got increase 5.7 for the daily. It's not a big number for a day, right? We usually wait to see 5% on the 15 minutes. ICP 5% up, Filecoin 5% up, XDC 3%, Bitcoin Cash 1%, Quantum 3.7. The rest of them are negative, right? And also you have this Kaya, if I can say that correctly, Kaya, right? Or Kea, and we say that in Greek. If A and I, it sounds like an air, so Kea.
If it's Kaya, it sounds like a karate movement. Kaya.
Yeah, could be a karate move. I don't know. Right, the market cap is astonishing 711 million. So it's approaching 2 billion, fully diluted value, the same value, which is very good. It's kind of safe. That's what it's telling you. Crypto bubbles, let's have a look on the weekly. On the weekly, we got A and B 39% up. We got Sky 10% up. SPX 21% up. ICP 14. Maker 9.9. TRX 5.2. Quantum 11. Injective 8% on the weekly. Right, so Injective is on the move. We spoke about this last week as well, that we see some movements on Injective. The rest of them, Virtual, Jupiter, Tia, White. White was pushing a lot 2 weeks ago. Now it's dropping. Sui 3%, GRT 4.6, CRO 5.7. What else? Well, Avi is a little bit pushing here, a little bit 4%, but this is weekly time frames. Okay, very small digits, numbers. So that's giving you the idea that the market was retraced quite, not aggressively, but it did retrace a little bit strong. So you see the numbers going down a little bit. Altcoin season, no, we're still under the 25. Look at that, we're stuck under the 25. 25 is act and resistance. We cannot break above 18 and heading towards downside. Okay, so this is not an altcoin season, it's a Bitcoin season. All right, look how many tokens are behind Bitcoin. You've got Render behind it, you've got TRX, CRO, Solana, Ton, Cash, BNB, AVAX, Phantom, Doge, Atom, ICP, XLM, all of the big ones. Who is ahead? Hype is ahead, Pepe is ahead, XMR is ahead, Quantum is ahead, FED is ahead, Tau is ahead, Sui, Avi, and Ethereum are overperforming Bitcoin. Look at that, Ethereum is ahead of Bitcoin. Nice. Right, on the monthly, we're printing 10. Okay, it's not it's a Bitcoin month so far. Okay, June is a Bitcoin month. Look at that, it's going really low to 10. Okay, so we have to wait for that one as well. Daily trading coins, look at that. Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the trading token for today. CoinGecko talks about Ape, Bread, Bitcoin Cake, ETH, Hype, KTA, Kita, not Cheetah, KTA, Plume, Sonic, Solana. Sonic is the previous Phantom. Solana, Sui, Tau, and Veracity, Ra. That's the one token that keeps going down and down and down for years now. Coin market cap talks about ADA, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Huma Finance, Kaya, Character Move, Coach, Pepe, and XRP. Daily top winners, Paycoin, PCI, and WSTUSR. Resolve, WSTUSR. Okay. High trading volume, Bitcoin, Coinbase Right Bitcoin, ICP, LA, which is Lagrange, Radium, Ray, Rune, and USD1, which is a stablecoin. Right, so we've got Rune, we've got Ray, LA, ICP, and Bitcoin on a high trading volume. So let's see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Right, high trading volume Bitcoin. Right, let's have a look a little bit on the RSIs. I'm not going to go too deeply on these ones. Right, you know how to do your TA. You can see that the majority of them are flirts in the skies on the 12 hours. Tokens are dropping, so the average RSI is going to go lower. That's going to be good for us in the future. So the next, the following days, that will be nice to see all the RSIs hit up to be hitting rock bottom and then start pushing to the upside. Meanwhile, we got Raven, RFN, Raven, pushing to the upside. You got Kaya, ICX, Triple V's, B2. That's it. That's about it. The rest of them are heading down. That chart here is trying to tell you which ones on the last 15 minutes, price wise and open interest wise, who is pushing to the upside. You can see here Cell is pushing a little bit, BYD, Kaya, and Locker. Right, all the tokens are pushing for the last 15 minutes. You can go to 1 hour and see if you've got any other tokens that's going to help you out just a little bit on a bigger scale. You got AIOT, HFT, BID, Locker, Kaya, TRB, stuff like that. Open interest a little bit negative today, minus 0.6, 143 billion, dropping a little bit. Liquidations 64%, 125 million to the longs. Obviously the longs are getting burned, price is going down, the market's going down, so all the longs are getting kicked out. So we've got a few burnouts there. You can go down to 50 minutes and see who is doing more than 4%, 3-4%. BID is doing more than 3%, and Hamster 4.9. If you go back to these crypto derivatives visual screening, you can see that Hamster are telling you that it's closing the shorts, right? Closing the shorts. So maybe let's say the longs will start following open interest. However, still you got the negative 8%, so you can see that a lot of people are shorting. I don't know if this is going to be a rally, because we see the price going up by 11%, but the open interest is minus 8. So maybe the shorties are closing down, like the shorts are finalizing, so to say, and trying to push to the upside, maybe. So you can go to the charts and have a look and see what Hamster is doing for you. Yeah, Hamster, you can see it's doing more than 4%, 6%, 5%, 6%. You can see that it's pushing up on the 15 minute, right? We lost the BID, is dropping. Zig is pushing to the upside, right? So you've got some few altcoins really pushing. This is just a reminder, watch out. High leverage trades, look how close they are with the current price. Free and greedy index 62, a little bit stable from yesterday, a little bit lower from last week. Okay, last week was 64, we're dropping, so fear is kicking in, right? So to say, right. Spaghetti bolognese, you can see that the Hamster is pushing. Look at that sudden move to the upside. Yes, that was shorts the correction, right? And now the correction kind of looking that is getting towards the end. 4.7 in the last 15 minutes on the bolognese spaghetti charts. Okay, you can see some separation as well. The second one is UMA, the other one is Duck, Miria, Raven, Dog, L3. All of them you can see they've been separated. Okay, you can see that the move. Go for the, let's say, top 3 ones: Hamster, UMA, and Duck. Maybe Miria 1.8 ish on the 15. Anything above 3%, 4% is good. Right, Hamster is on the move. On the 1 hour, last 1 hour, again Hamster, you can see that it's pushing all day long. Okay, Miria is the second one. There it is. Miria is pushing, right, correcting a little bit. That is probably the last hour came in. The data came in for the last hour, so you see the correction. Don't worry, it's that drop here that we see on the 15 minute. You can see that it's pushing up. Right, here's the second one. UMA trying to push, right? Just be careful, too volatile, these tokens. Window Hamster. Right, you got the Orion. You can see the change of the last 15 minutes. Who's moving more than 3-4%? Once again, you've got the same tokens, the same suspects: Hamster, UMA, BID, Raven, FET. Right, have a look on the open interest. All these 3 tops here, who's got a strong open interest? Look at that open interest here, 10% on Raven. Right, look at that, Raven, 10%. 21% you got ICX. Right, so maybe these guys, ICX and Raven, maybe it's going to give you a good move to the upside. Okay, and that's it. That's it for the general overall, so to say, lookout of the market. We're still under the G level. We got rejected once, twice, 3 times. The lows are getting lower, so here it is. We got this low come up. Maybe it's going to get another rejection. Maybe Bitcoin will still go a bit lower. You can see there's a high volatility going on. You see a major drop. Since we touched the G level, you see those spikes here. They're trying to hold it, right? They're even trying to push above, but no, it failed. It failed to stay above the G level. So we have to see what's going to happen, you know, in the coming hours and days. Okay, 15 minutes. It's a good time frame for you to spot out the abundant wicks. Okay, look at that 15 minute. Anything above the 15 minute with a strong wick above, it's an abundant wick. Another abundant wick. So let's see how that goes. It's Monday today, so give it some time. Still early. I'm going level by level. I lost the G level, so it looks like it wants to go under. Let's see how far will it go. Currently I am 10% in profit, 10.3. But we'll see later how that goes. Right, let's have a look at a bit of Solana. Solana was retracing. You see all the drops under 151. It went under 151. It violated 151. Trying to recover, but here we go once again. It failed to stay above. It went under. The good news is that all these lows are getting pushed, right? So we have an ascending triangle, kind of. Okay, you can see that we have an ascending triangle. Let's see if it's going to manage to break 151 and continue to the upside, or otherwise it's going to fail and then start dropping, taking these lows. So you're on the G level, be careful. Okay, zoom out a little bit, and just to remind yourself that that was a high, that was a lower high, that is a lower high. Possibly it's trying to print another lower high. Okay, so Solana is on a downtrend. It's trying to show some stiff here, you know, trying to push a little bit higher. We're going to see. We don't know yet. Here is SUI for people that were looking on the minor range. Now that is out of the way. Weekly range is out of the way. So I added these because someone was looking on the weekly range. So I was putting these let's say framework, putting them up there to help our agent. So here we go. Expanding SUI key levels. Here we go. SUI is in a downtrend. If you zoom out, you can see that it's in a downtrend. A big rejection on the 291. It's trying to push things further up. Okay, here it goes. Let me take that red line out. Right, and what do we see? We see that yes, it got pushed to the upside. It fell. We have violation, a deviation under the G level, trying to stay above. It fell, and we have another deviation. So we are under the G level. So far, SUI is looking a little bit weak. Anyway, Bitcoin is a little bit weak. So we're failing to stay above 321. Let me go to 15 minutes. You can see that it's ranging, right? Kind of ranging. There it is. That's your focus area for the time being. If you want to focus in this region, you're more than welcome. It's trying to push to the upside. Let's see if SUI is going to manage to break above the G level. Okay, this is your focus area. This is your range market. If you're looking on SUI and see, you know, what SUI is going to do for you. Right, there it is on the 5 minute. Once you have a range, it doesn't matter the time frame. You can be as low as you prefer, just for you to monitor it and see if you can catch a move. Tesla bounced from the 282, our G level, and you see that it pushed and spiked up. Okay, and let's see if Tesla is going to recover. G levels are working very nicely. You see that we lost the 50% of the range. It went all the way down, touched the G level, and bounced above the G level. There's a gap here as well. So let's see how Tesla is gonna print for the rest of the week. Okay, it's Monday today. It was a good range. We had a lot of buy zones to go all the way up here to break 351. We broke the 351. We touched 368 and we got double top, and then since then it was reversing. So that data over there is irrelevant right now. So we move on. ENA, John spoke about that one. Render is in a big range. Okay, it's in a big range. Look at that. So that's your focus area. You can see that it got rejected on 391 3 times. Okay, first rejection, second rejection, third rejection. It did not manage to break above, did not find support, it found resistances. Okay, so it's going down. Lows are getting lower. We've got equal lows here. Let's see what's going to happen. Either we're going to bounce from here, or either we're going to break this and come to lower levels and to the lower G level. Rune still in a downtrend, in a correction phase. Okay, highs, low highs, low highs, low highs, lows, low lows, low lows. So obviously you are in a downtrend. So you can focus in these areas if you want. That's not a problem. You can focus in these areas. Let me go to a higher time frame, 6 hours. Your focus point will be, the current focus point will be here to there. Right, that's your focus point. You can go down to 15 minutes. There you have it. Here's your rune, and this is your focus area, and say, hey, okay, I'm above the 50%. It's looking good. Are we going to break the range? Are we going to break the range and start moving to the upside? Are we going to reverse the downtrend? Okay, is the correction phase over? Create these focal points and play with the game. Just a reminder that keep remember that you are in a downtrend. Okay, so you have a high possibility of keep shorting, and you have a 50% of a case that is trying to reverse. We've seen this before, right? It's trying to reverse, boom, it goes down. It's trying to reverse, there's a high possibility it's going to continue to do the same thing. You can see the same thing here. All these lows are getting higher and higher. The highs are getting squashed, boom, it went down. Okay, so do remember these, that you are in a downtrend. Okay, so yes, it's looking very bullish, but for you to be really bullish, you need to break structures. And for you to get that help, right, just get the path tool. Right, this is your high, this is your low, this is your next high, this is your next low, this is your next high, this is your next low. Okay, so you have the edges, right, the peaks, the swing high, swing lows. For you to see a reversal, you have to break that structure. Okay, you have to break this and stay above and continue to the upside for you to say that you're breaking structure. Okay, if you want to a little bit be not more strict, but let's say to have a little bit closer look, at least you need to break this high. Okay, you need to break this high. So I'm going to leave rune here. I'm going to leave that line there. Let's see if it's going to break the structure. Virtual, kind of in a correction phase. It's trying to give us a solid ground here and say, hey, I'm in a range. Maybe the downtrend is finished, or maybe the correction phase is over. I cannot go higher, then maybe I'm going to go lower. Okay, extend your G levels. Always extend your G levels. Go to a little bit higher time frame. Expand, zoom out a little bit. Look at that. It's keep on rejecting G levels, right? Not claiming G levels. Rejecting the G levels. Look at that. We rejected 188 once again. Okay, for you to be bullish, you need to claim this. Right, let me do this 500 quickly. There it is. Here's your key levels. Here's a breakdown. That focus point is not needed anymore. If you want to create a new focus point, that's not a problem. Go to 6 hours and find a common ground and say, hey, I see engulfing candles here, another engulfing candle there. Can I mark these as a range, a local range? You can do. There you have it. Deviation, pushing to the up, comes down, it's out of the range. Here's your focus point. You know that you can reject it on 188. That focus point is going to help you to see if that token is going to get back inside the range or continue outside the range and continue to the downside. Okay. Link, same story. Got rejected of $13-14 right, came down and trying to claim it. Look how strong Link turned around, recovered very quickly, trying to stay above. It fell, it got rejected under, so it's going down. Okay, unless something is going to happen this week and then start claiming 14 once again, but it has to flip it, okay, for you to be bullish. Right now, losing steam. Right, look at that. Link is in a downtrend. Okay, if I zoom out a little bit, look at that, how lovely Link was pushing. Look at that momentum trend line. We lost the momentum. You see that we broke the trend line. We didn't manage to stay above 17. Rejection, look at how long it was fighting to stay above. Look at that clean rejection, and then since then it never looked down and it lost the 14. So it's in a downtrend. Right, Link is going down, is in a downtrend. ENJ, that we said, you know, it was giving some warnings of movement, of volume going on in there. So there you have it here. You can see that Injector is trying to push to the upside. However, that trend line, once again, like Link, okay, it got broken. Remember when I say as well that when the price action is above a trend line, treat that trend line as a support. If the trend line, well, the price action is under the trend line, treat that trend line as resistance. Okay, if the price action is above, support. Here, resistance. Okay, here you're looking for longs. If the price action is under trend line, you're looking for shorts. Okay, now you're more than welcome to break these G levels even further down. That is the 50%, I believe. It doesn't look like 50% though. No, it's a common ground, I believe. A flip point is not 50%. The distance are not equal between them. So let me do a breakdown. Here's your breakdown. Here's your 50%. Right, I can take that out. That's not a problem. And I'm going to make these dotted lines to remind me it's a breakdown. Okay, and I just need to make sure that my numbers are matching. So take out my overlapping numbers and make sure that 0, 1, 1, 5 and the other one is 1, 3, 9. There it is, all nice and locked. You got the solid lines, which is the G level, the dash lines are breakdown, and the dotted lines even further breaking down. Okay, just to help you out to monitor better levels, right? Just to monitor, to give you a very clear breakdown. And there you have it. Okay, what do you see? Right, you see that it's failing to hold above 007. First time, got rejected. It bounced from the 50% of the range, which is good news. But again, once again, it failed to stay above 0.07. It's trying once again. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. That is for the ENJ. Bitcoin got stuck under that G level. No movement right now. It stopped now. We lost a little bit of momentum, so that was the momentum. Right, inside in the edges section, you can see that it's kind of curving. Right, so maybe it's gonna finish. We're gonna see. Right, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Either we're gonna claim and start moving above, or are we gonna continue to the downside? A little bit of patience. It's Monday. Lots of people will not trade today. The smart money makers, or let's say the people that are doing the range, the Monday range, they don't trade the Mondays. They're waiting to see how it's going to print. Right, that's it for us today. So Let me see in the chat. Do we have any tokens?
They haven't sent anything.
They haven't
yet.
sent anything. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Good. Right, guys. I'm still short in Bitcoin for the time being.
That's why it loses ground, huh?
Yeah, it's losing ground because
you
I'm
are shorting it.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. It's me. It's my fault. Sorry, guys.
You're a whale.
A well wannabe.
So I've sent also ENA on Discord, also Fartcoin, because I saw that Fartcoin it's on the move. Small movement though, but it's on the move.
Okay.
If anyone wants to take that trade.
Yeah, it's a very solid project, guys, you know.
Yeah.
It has future. It has future down the pipes. I don't know.
So, as you see, that 50% is acting as support right now.
Yeah, let me.
That's my cue.
Okay.
No. Don't bring it up.
Yeah, I will bring her up. Of course, I will bring her up. Here it is, guys. XRP is bouncing on 2.22. Go down to 15 and let's have a look.
This G level is acting as a support right now, as you see. We have one touch over here. Didn't manage to go even further down to the second touch, but is sitting above that 2.22 range. G level, sorry, not range, G level.
It's going to create a range.
As you can,
it's trying to create a range there, so yeah.
Is building strength, yeah. But now we will see something like change of the moment, go to that liquidity pool that I have over here, and even hopefully even further to go to that trend line that I have above over there. If it breaks that G level over here and sitting above, building strength, then we'll see even higher prices. As Ali says, it's Monday today. We see what the price is doing, how it will react, then we enter. When the Monday print finished, then we have more infos, so you can take more safety trade.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you know, the short-term trades, like intraday and day trading, it's a good exercise because that will help you to easily shift directions, right? You can go long, you can go short. It's up to you, right? And that is a good exercise for you not to stack into one sentiment. Oh, I'm bullish, I'm only going for longs. No, you need to take chances for what the market is giving you, and by doing that, that's going to give you a lot of flexibility in the future that you can grab an opportunity as soon as you see it. That's a good exercise for you to master. That once you see an opportunity, you need to grab it and not to stack to a sentiment because you thought that things are going to go in one way only. If you see a short opportunity, grab it. If you see a long opportunity, grab it. Okay, just go level by level. If you're losing levels, you know, if you're losing the G levels, then you understand, you know, it's going down, right? If you're claiming levels, that means it's going up. And the good thing you can do is, you know, mark the ranges, the focus points, right, on the smaller time frame, like, you know, watch the 5 minutes and see if the market's going to move. Okay.
Philip has a question.
Yeah,
TP short Bitcoin to 104,700
on TP. What's my TP? Right, my TP, guys. I placed it on 103, 138, which is the 50% of the range. Remember that we marked also what I've done. Let me zoom out a little bit. What I've done, I marked the impulse, right? I marked the impulse. Let me do this.
Actually, they see my screen. Put your screen on.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around into my screen. So if you remember that the last time on Bitcoin, what I've done, I marked the impulse, that aggressive move to the downside, and you know, I wanted to see if we're gonna break this range. Okay, so the 50% is kind of around the 50% of the range. So if Bitcoin is going to come down, maybe it's going to get inside the range and then get stopped out on the 50% of the range. So that was my TP. Okay. And also it's a daily range as well. That was a daily range. That was the Thursday, you know, if you break down the Thursday candle, right? Break down the Thursday candle into 4 into 8, it's up to you. And then you can see what Bitcoin is doing. Okay, on the daily, we see that we're getting rejected on the G level, and it's a little bit bearish on the daily open. So we're under the Monday open. So let's see. Let's see how that goes. So yeah, my TP is going to be down here. So first level that you need to monitor is going to be the top of the range, and then it's going to be the 50% of the range. But yeah, take the Thursday daily candle, break them down into 4 to 8, and then follow that. Right. You're more than welcome. Right, okay, that's it, guys.
Great.
We're gonna leave you with this TA today, right? Trying to stay unbiased. We gave you our thoughts that, you know, majority of the tokens are in a downtrend, so they are in a correction. Watch out. We don't have yet a clear indication that things are reversing as yet, right? Even on the higher time frame, you know that the weekly is printing you a push to the downside, like the correction phase. Okay. The good news overall, the good news is we stay, you know, above the range. Okay, which is good. The above the range is 104.4 ish, right? So you know, I can short all the way to there, 104.4, but I don't want to go lower than that. Okay, I don't wish to go lower than that. I mean, it's going to be nice if we're going to see, you know, Bitcoin maintain any level like this one here, these guys here. So maintain these guys. To go short time, you know, just a little bit to dive a little bit and then come back, it's not a problem. But overall, I would like to see the big time frames to hold above this yellow line, not the short time frames, the big time frames, like the weekly. Okay, the weekly close, so to say, to be above that yellow line. Intraday is fine. You know, it has to take some liquidity, right? So there is liquidity sitting here. Right, there's liquidity sitting down here. Right, so that's why I target the 50% of the range, because there are liquidities. There's more liquidity down here as well. Right, so there are zones of liquidity left, right, center. So if I mark these as liquidity template to these liquidity pools, that's the area that I target and see how that goes. Obviously, we have liquidity above as well, which is the sell side liquidity. This is the buy side liquidity, and above we have the sell side liquidity. But yeah, intraday, short-term trades, for the time being, I look shorts. Why? Because we did not claim the G levels. If later today, you know, maybe towards the US session, if today we're going to see that market is going to reclaim, it's fine. I'm going to change my my thesis, but for the time being, I lost the level. It wants to look at going lower. All my lows are getting lower, right? All my highs are getting lower. So this is what I monitor. Right. And that's it. Right, guys. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Tuesday tomorrow.
Tuesday, yeah.
So we're going to see how tomorrow is going to be. All right. So I wish everyone to have a nice, lovely Monday. I hope the US is going to give you some movement in any direction. It's going to be more, welcome. Okay. If it goes down, that means my open trade since yesterday will still benefit. If not, if today, which is a new week, new day, if US decide to push it further up, then I have my validation points, which is going to be above the T level, and then I'm going to change my tune. Right. All right. Okie dokie. That's it for us today.
Perfect.
Have
a great day to all of you.
Yep. Have a lovely day. Enjoy. Put your music up. Have good vibes. It's Monday today. Everything's going to be good. Every day is a good day. Everything's going to be okay. Right. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.